Hi, I'm Mrs. Griffin. In this lesson we're going to be looking at integers. Now integers are the whole numbers and their opposites. For example, here's a list of some integers. We've got the whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, and 3 and their opposites. They're negatives. -1, -2, -3, -4. The dots indicate they go on forever in either direction. Integers can be graphed easily on a number line. If I wanted to graph -2, I'd put a point over -2. Or if I wanted to graph 5, I'd put a point there. Now, if you look at your integers on the number line, the smaller numbers are to the left. I like to think of it as less, left. So the numbers that are less are to the left. Like 4 is less than 5, and -3 is less than 5. -3 is also less than 0, or even -2. This will help you as your numbers get larger. Negatives are always smaller than the positives. So, some of the hardest things to do with integers are adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Let's take a look at those. I have little rhymes that go with everything. To add integers, if they have the same sign, you take their sum. So if they are both negatives or they're both positives, you take the sum, which means you add and use the sign. If they have different signs, take the difference. So if one's a negative and one's a positive, you're going to subtract them and then use the sign of the bigger number. For subtracting integers, you're going to add the opposite. What that means is as follows. If I was going to subtract 3 minus 4, I would change it to adding the opposite. So it would become 3 plus -4. I changed my subtraction time to adding, and I changed my second number to its opposite. Or if I wanted to take 3 and subtract -4, I change it to adding the opposite. It becomes 3 plus 4. Once I've changed it to adding the opposite, I follow my addition rules from above. Now multiplying and dividing happens to be the easiest, but don't get it mixed up with adding and subtracting. This works for both multiplying and dividing. A positive times a positive is a positive. A positive times a negative is a negative. Negative times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive. There's different ways to remember this. You can remember that if they have the same sign, the answer will be positive. If they have different signs, the answer will be negative. I like to think of positive as love and negative to hate as hate. If you love to love, that's good. If you love to hate, that's bad. If you hate to love, still bad. And if you hate to hate, that's good. But you can find your own way of remembering it. But don't get it mixed up with your adding and subtracting. Let's go through a few examples. -8 plus 6. So we have different signs, so we subtract 8 minus 6, which is 2. So my answer is 2, but I use the sign of the bigger number. 8's larger, so this is a -2. -8 plus -6, the signs are the same, which means I add 8 plus 6. That's 14, so I use the sign, which is -14. Subtracting, I change to adding the opposite. -10 minus 4 becomes -10 plus -4. Now I follow my rules. The signs are the same, so I add 10 plus 4 is 14. Use the sign, -14. Again, I add the opposite. 11 minus -5 becomes 11 plus +5. 11 plus 5 is 16. And now for some multiplying and dividing. 18 divided by -9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. A positive divided by a negative is a -2. -100 divided by -2. 100 divided by 2 is 50. A negative divided by a negative is a positive 50. Let's have you try out a challenge. -400 divided by 4 plus -10 minus 5. See if you can follow the rules on your own and finish this up and click continue when you're done. Welcome back. -400 divided by 4 is 100, happens to be negative, plus -10. The signs are the same, so we add them, gives us -110. Minus 5, you add the opposite, making the signs the same, and it gives us a -115. I hope you got that as well. So just remember, when you're adding and the signs are the same, you add and use that sign. If they're different, subtract and use the sign of the larger number. To subtract, add the opposite and follow your adding rules. And with multiplying and dividing, simply memorize. The signs are the same, your answer is positive. The signs are different, your answer is negative. Well, this should help you with working with integers. So great job, and good luck with the rest of your homework. If you need more help with math and pre-algebra, you can sign up for Nutshell Math. I hope to see you there.